Drums, please.
You be tripping on the time we'll spend. I pull up and gotta slide once again. You sign up, said you ride to the end, yeah. But you don't wanna be here, no. If it's something on your mind, let me in, yeah, you know. I be hoping that the vibe never ends. I just hope you know that I understand that you don't wanna be here, no. I've been on a late night, making sure your plate right. You be paranoid, hearing sirens again. I've been trying to make time, I've been moving statewide. Hope I'm on the safe side, flying in the wind. Hey, you know I double back, right after running laps. I thought you wanted a hustler, girl, it come with that. I need that duck off duffel, I need that humble pack. And I'm trying to put you on to something you ain't never had. You be tripping on the time we'll spend. I pull up and gotta slide once again. You signed up, said you ride to the end, yeah. But you don't wanna be there, no. If it's something on your mind, let me in, hey, no. I be hoping that the vibe never ends. I just hope you know that I understand that you don't wanna be here, no. Cause lately I've been stingy with the time. I hate to say you killing off the vibe. Play your position, you the realest on my side. Cause you the one I mention on my mind. You be present on my line, like I promise I'ma try to get it right, but I got money on my mind. You say it ain't always about money all the time, yeah.
What's good, neighborhood? We are back with another Broken Records episode. It's your boy Easy E starting things off.
Yes, sir. We are back with another installment of your favorite sub-series Broken Record. It's your boy Marquise Q in the building.
Yo, what's good, the hood? It's your boy Ray Rashawn. How y'all living?
Bruh, still living. It's it's a good day when you still living. Wake up, another 24.
No cap. Another day, some good music. I know y'all hear the vibes that's trying to sneak out in the background right now.
Hey, let it roll, let it happen. Definitely good to start doing these broken records. I feel like, we really started coming back with these broken records. It's been good to do the podcast, good to talk about current events, entertainment, the community. But it's always good to come back to the roots, really go back into like what really, we got our starting from, because music is a passion for me. So I mean, I know this for y'all boys too, but whenever I get a time to talk about music with my fellow peers, good brothers, it's always a bad day is behind me when I get to talk about music with the good brothers.
And let's not pretend like we got some responsibility. People ask us our opinions about some of these projects. They're expecting us to put out our opinion. You know what I'm saying? So we really gotta get back and dig down into our responsibility. You know what I'm saying? It's the roots.
Nah, for sure. And that's why I always think it's important for us to at least just give the music that we actually listening to right now, even if it's not the most popular or not the most people are not posting this much, but good music is good music. So that's what we always trying to deliver 24/7. So that's gonna be a given.
Bro, I tweeted this earlier, earlier whenever this episode drops, but I tweeted a while ago. I'll say, bro, my Friday morning text messages really be dedicated to like people sending me music, people telling me have I listened to this yet. And I'd be like, I just be waking up getting a crust on my eyes. I don't even be brushing my teeth by the time people tell you about some damn music. So I really think,
Oh my god,
really like building the whole community. Like when people
That boy Beethoven.
Nah, facts. People almost expect you to listen to something like when it drops. Now, back in my younger days, back at Heartbreak Hotel, like I was on it. Like, I used to stay up all night till something dropped, but I ain't as young as I used to be, so ain't gotta go to work too. So my manager, they don't care nothing about what dropped. They want to make sure that I'm doing the work that I need to do when I come in for work. So, but it's all love, though. It's all love. I really appreciate all that. We already gave y'all the Jack Harlow that we talked about the previous week. We already gave y'all the Lil Durk that we also talked about that previous week as well. So this week we're gonna give you a little gem, a little jewel, as I like to say. I'm gonna let Sean introduce it because Sean's actually the one that put me on to this artist that we're gonna talk about today. Sean, would you want to do the honors?
Yeah, I got you. For this, well, it was actually an EP first. Let me actually be correct. It was actually an EP first. Then he made it a deluxe. But we're talking about Blast from LA, producer, songwriter. He had a pretty big project that dropped at the end of last year called No Love Lost. Mm-hmm. And he actually did a deluxe on it. So that's what we're going to chop it up about today, fellas.
Bruh. a deluxe on an EP, bro. Like I don't.
Definitely.
That's unheard of, bro.
Bro, like, and to be honest, I was just like, what made him do deluxe with this? But I listened to an interview and he explained it. Basically, the EP was kind of just, it was some vibes that he already knew that it was fire. Like he wanted to go ahead and just put it out there. But over time, like the EP was gaining popularity. So he was just like, well, I got these other songs I'm working on. Might as well make it a deluxe. So I guess that. And then I feel like this is the perfect year to do it because everybody was doing deluxe in 2020 anyway. So why
Right.
not?
So how'd you even find Blast? Like, you know, because you be finding artists at the woodwork. So how'd you even like come across Blast?
Bruh, trying to remember what it was. I think I seen like it's another artist out in Cali, and it was actually the first song I heard of him is a song called Brand New. I don't know if y'all ever heard that song, but the song's called Brand New. Blast is actually featured on it. That's the first song I ever heard from bro. And I'm like, who is this? Tapped in, tried to figure it out, but come to find out he produced all his own music. He writes all his own music. He actually writes for other people also. I don't know. He's a young guy coming up, bro, and I really felt like this EP he actually had something to say, even though it was only an EP and he's young in the game coming up. If I'm not mistaken, he was actually up for voting for a XXL freshman. I don't know if y'all saw that or not.
That's
So
major.
he's definitely been making waves, bro. Like as far as like LA, he's probably the hottest nigga coming out of LA right now. Being completely honest, like he gaining some traction over there. And if we hearing about it over here, then obviously he gaining some traction.
Yeah. Very good point, bro. We all the way on the east side, so we hear about, you know, LA like rapper, and I don't even say like I'm glad that he's not mainstream yet, because I really feel like, you know, people that really appreciate music will find him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you found him, you put us on, because you know we appreciate music. So I feel like the people that really like know good music, they'll find him. So I kind of like how his music's still low key, but when you like put other people on it, like, oh shit, who is this? Like, see, I told you.
Bruh, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. I really been bumping this since like probably since it dropped, like the internet, probably like
No cap. You was sending it in the chat like instantly.
I was like, bruh, this nigga is fire. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I feel like you gotta have that sound. I feel like he got a sound like nobody else got. It's really just his. And he like rapping. The rapping, singing has become popular. You know what I'm saying? We can credit Tiller for that, but really can credit a lot of people for that. But I really feel like he's gonna be one of those type. That's how his music is gonna sound. Like if you listen to it, you would know why I said Tiller. I'm not reaching when I'm saying Bryson Tiller. Like you will see for yourself.
So when you even, and I want to go back to what you was talking about in the interview, Sean, because I was looking at some of his interviews too. I was listening to the interview he did with Big Boy, and I was looking at an interview he did with Innovator or Innovation, one of the two. He was pretty much explaining how like he got his sound. He said that he grew up listening to like, you know, a bunch of neo soul like D'Angelo, Lauryn Hill, Erykah Badu, Jill Scott. And you kind of like notice he still kind of has those roots and whatnot. And I felt like he said like, you know, the way he explained it, he said I felt like R&B was missing something. Like those were the exact words. I felt like R&B was missing something, and I felt like it was my place in the game to put something into it and make it my own. So I kind of respect bro for that, because you know, to come in the game and like not do what everybody else is doing, but kind of do something we see like is a missing gap and like make it your own. Like that's tough. And you see the results of it. You know what I'm saying? Like he took off.
Definitely. Now I do have to ask y'all boys this. In terms of like the first song, I really can't remember the first song I sent y'all, little bro. But in terms of like the first song I sent y'all, and then actually going back and listening to the EP like all the way through, it's definitely a difference. Just listening to one song and then just going back and listening to the EP. Like, am I right or wrong about that?
Nah, you're not wrong. I would say honestly, like there's like different visions and different interpretations you can get from it. Like, because one thing Sean definitely he pressed on us was to watch the music videos. So, you know, actually taking the time to actually watch all that, the story there is crazy, and you wouldn't even guess the songs would fit into such a story like that. But one thing I will say about Blast, he's got vision. Like his visuals and the message he displays in that. Like y'all thought the baby was good at that, but like Blast, he's got on a whole different level. Like He's
Definitely.
definitely doing something that no one else is doing right now. And I think a lot of people aren't paying attention, but for the ones that do have an eye on it, they know what I'm talking about.
Couldn't said it better. Couldn't said it better myself, Eric. I really feel like I was gonna make a disclaimer right now, and I know these boys get mad at me. I'm pretty bad at watching music videos. I'll listen to a song, but I don't know. I feel like it just takes a certain kind of effort out of me to watch a music video because I feel like music videos kind of fell off. Like, I feel like people are doing too much. We're kind of getting a resurgence of what music videos are doing. Like, I feel like we can credit the baby to that, like the visuals behind the baby's music videos, like the weekend as well. Like, I feel like artists are like going to like put more effort into making the music videos rather than making a song and just making a music video just to add visuals to it. I feel like there's a lot more attention, a lot more, effort getting put into like, making a good music video nowadays. But I say all that to say that when I finally did watch the music videos that y'all boys are trying to get me to watch since forever, like I can definitely understand like what the hype is about behind, Blast. And Sean said like he's a visionary. You just can't call him an artist. I feel like just calling him an artist is almost an insult to like, all his talents because he's definitely not just an artist. Like he's a producer, he's a songwriter, he's just all encompassing. And like Eric was saying, like you wouldn't think that each song or each music video will like, personify the song that he's like, that's in the music video. So I just have to give him credit for that. Like the Love Lost or No Love Lost series, like I enjoy like every second of it from beginning to end.
That's dope. I was going back and looking. I really gotta know that y'all boys like favorite songs from just it can be the whole thing, the deluxe or whatever. Just some of y'all favorite songs. I'm just trying to see something real quick. So either one of y'all boys can
The
take
other day, I was listening to a couple, Nipsey's old catalog songs, like his whole discography, and bro, he really was dropping gems, even when it came to like, knowing yourself, like real introspective stuff, things about knowing about the community, your history, and even like, money, like financial things, bro. Like this one was really crazy how much he spoke on it.
Yeah, man. Like Nip was smart, bro. If you talk about somebody that was one with his community, that definitely was Nip. But if you listen to like a lot of his songs, like it kind of reminds you of Jay-Z, like how he leave clues and hints throughout the music. Like it helps you put two and two together.
Yeah, fact. That's the same thing I was thinking. And I was listening to one song where he started talking about life insurance. Like I think the bar was $1 million life insurance on my flesh. And I was like, sheesh.
No, she's is right. $1 million. That sounds something we need to be getting on. But I don't know, bro. That's probably a little ticket.
Bro, it's definitely gonna be a ticket. But I was talking to that boy Matt. You know Matt from Dominate Decade. Yeah, you know him, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I was talking to him and he was like, breaking down with me like different policies that we can get on. And it's like a lot cheaper than we actually think, bro. I know we're not really tapped into like, the whole life insurance thing, but he said that, the younger we are, like the better off we'll be if we started now. So we won't be like regretting it and like making different like bad decisions and whatnot, like later on down the road. Which brings me to the point that this Broken Records episode is sponsored and brought to you by Matthew and his life insurance. God forbid anything happen to us, or, because things are happening nowadays, but you don't want to burden your people, with the burden of you having to pay for your, whatever you have to do, like funerals and whatnot. So, or start GoFundMe foundations or donations or whatnot. So while they can focus on, making sure that you get the, proper thing that you do when you get laid, when that happens, when you get laid down or whatever, go and start a life insurance plan. Matthew, he's the one that has all the details about it. Hit him up on Instagram and Twitter. It's Matt the Chosen One. Matt with 2 T's, the Chosen #1, and he'll get you squared away about anything life insurance wise. Hit that boy up. He really got the gems for real.
No cap. Y'all tap in.
Bruh, if I had to say my favorite songs, obviously the self-titled song No Love Lost is one of my favorites. Wrong or Right, that's probably one of my favorites too. Gang Slide, I was bumping Gang Slide like every time I get in the car, like bro, right around at 11 o'clock at night.
Bruh, no cap. It was a midnight gang slide. No cap.
I don't think people understand the essence of that song. I'm gonna run it back real quick. I'm gonna let that ride out for a minute. Let me ride out.
It was a midnight gang slide. I had to pull a gate line. Sticky move on the west side. Cause you give me the best side. It was a midnight gang slide. I had to pull a gate line. Sticky move on the west side. Cause you give me the best.
All right, hold on. Can we talk about that for a second? Did anybody else hear the Travis Scott yelps in there?
I did. No cap, I did.
Definitely.
Listen,
Look, I'm glad y'all see why I was telling y'all, like, hey, y'all boys go listen to this man. He got a lot of influence from a lot of people that you can hear. Like, he really, like, no cap, definitely. I'm glad y'all boys pointed that out.
Just continue on my other ones. Be Alone, Just Saying, Forever Humble. I like that as two. I really didn't. I'm not gonna say I didn't like the deluxe, but I feel like the deluxe really wasn't needed. I feel like he just put it out because he wanted to put it out, but I don't think the deluxe was needed for the the EP to be good. But it was. I appreciate the songs on there, but I feel like the meat of the meat of what I liked about the album just came from like the regular, well, not the album, the EP. The meat of what came from the EP that I liked about it, was just the EP. But I appreciate the looks too.
Word, for sure.
yeah, I'm kind of with Q as far as the aspects of the deluxe and what it did. I thought it was cool again. But I did like the Chosen song off of there. I felt like that was real smooth. And that gets back to my overall point I feel about Blast. There's not a single bad song on this album. Like, you may want to hear other songs more than a certain song, but each song slides and transitions like effortlessly. If I had to pick my favorite song though, I'm probably gonna have to pick like Gang Slide or Be Alone.
Solid.
Definitely solid. All right, I'm gonna give a few of my favorites. Be Alone. I probably just gotta say that just because I don't know. I feel like I've been listening to Be Alone probably since like December. Like, I gotta listen to that song at least once a day. That song is just, I don't know, bro. That song is. When I heard that song, I said, oh yeah, he might be next up for real.
Different bad.
But yeah, Be Alone, Forever Humble. I'll go Overrated, and I like No Love Lost. Like, so like, I look like we all like on the same page about like the EP was cool or whatever, but I feel like he only did the EP because of what I said at first. Like, the EP was so good and it attracted so much attention that he was like, shit, I might as well put out some more music. But I don't know, but he was in a different bag with all those songs I just named. I don't know. But yeah, the music videos definitely help tell a story. I feel like all the songs from the EP that have a music video, so y'all have to tap into that just so y'all can see what we talking about specifically.
100%, no doubt. I just want to go back into what one of y'all boys said about like how he like gets his like flow, like how he does like sound like anybody else. I really think when he said in the interview that people he look up to, like as far as like his inspiration, is like Pharrell Williams and Kanye West. And I just knew off the strength of him saying that, like, oh yeah, this guy know what he's talking about. He knows something that a lot of people don't know. Cause like, bro, a lot of people aren't saying that Pharrell Williams is their favorite artist or Kanye West, but like Pharrell Williams, he kind of solidified like within the music industry, bro. Not just in the producing world, but like within the music industry as a whole. So if someone say Pharrell Williams their favorite artist, bro, I had to look at him like I have to keep an eye on him like a little bit. I have to watch out for him a little bit because they obviously know something a lot of people don't.
Definitely, you know something if you saying Pharrell is your favorite. Like, you on a different, your ear on a different level. The other nigga's ear.
And I like how I watched the interviews, like I said, I keep going back to the interviews because I feel like, the way he carries himself is totally different than, how most, artists carry themselves too. Like, he seems to like really be like down to earth, like cool, calm, collective. And I mean, I think he puts in a good word. Like I've been no big boy trying to like make him sound like he was an arrogant guy, like, oh, he was gonna blow up. But I think he always says that, like, I just believe in myself. I just do what I need to do. He sounds Forever Humble, which is, no pun intended, one of his songs, Forever Humble. But also the title of the EP, No Love Lost, like, I feel like between the journey of him starting up into where he's at right now and like all the things that happened along the way, like, he knows that at the end of the day, like, it's all business. So like, like I just had to do what I had to do, like, because I know he said he started off with a group and like, he's not in the group no more. He's like doing his own thing. But, at the end of the day, like, he knows like, everything was meant to be, that was supposed to be like happen. So really it's no love lost at the end of the day. Like, things happen for a reason.
And I just think like it's unique and it's fine, like how you can take a real situation and then turn it into this. Because if you look at the short film like parts from the video, he's like Eric was saying, he's telling a whole story in that. But we all know in reality, like it's like real situations connected to like the music. Like, it's not like he was just made up this whole entire thing. But I feel like it's fine, like, and unique how he was able to pull that concept and was like, all right, let me get how, even if you don't even know Blast and know his situation, you was gonna feel the No Love Lost when you listen to this EP and watch those videos. You're gonna understand, like you're gonna feel his same pain, basically. That's why I think it's something unique about it. Okay, everybody can only do that. If you can make somebody feel the same thing you felt when you was making the music, then you connected with people on different level. That's fine.
You know, Sean, we had touched on this back when we were talking about Frank Ocean, as a matter of fact. And I was telling y'all part of the reason why I feel like I liked Frank Ocean so much was that his music, it allowed me to touch into him. I was able to kind of feel where he was coming from as a writer in that perspective. And I feel like for Blast, he's really been that person for you. You really just been kind of stressing it since the beginning. And you still I'm pretty sure play his stuff as if it just came out, which isn't a bad thing at all. It just speaks to his longevity and Blast penmanship in this game. So I just think it's funny that how he kind of tied that in. Another full circle moment brought to you by Sean.
Sheesh. I didn't even look at it that way, to be honest, Eric. Well, nah, that's a fact.
Sean's always good for bringing it back full circle. Like you may think he's drifting off on a different point, but he always wrap it up, in a way that we can all understand it. To what we're gonna talk about next. I just kind of want to talk about like the reason like why he does things he do. Because I remember in the Big Boy interview, I learned if y'all boys ain't like pick up yet, I learned a lot about Blast in that Big Boy interview. But one of the things he was talking about is that he doesn't take risks that aren't calculated. And that kind of like goes to show that he said in an interview at one moment that he never had a job. Like he said he didn't have a plan B. This was his plan B. This was plan A through Z. Like he knew that eventually he was gonna like blow up. Not in a cocky sense, but like if you think about it, bruh, if you put 100% of your dedication into something and you try to perfect your craft in it from like beginning to end, then obviously you're gonna get some result. Might not be the result you want at first initially, but if you continue to work on it, then it's gonna eventually get to the point where you can be satisfied with it. So I just want to kind of start a discussion on because he even said that the first time he figured out his name, it was Blast, Blast, but he said he changed it from A to X because when you search on Google or when you search his name, it'll be the first thing that pops up because anybody else spelling their name Blast with an X, that's different. So right. I feel like everything that he's done up to this point has been premeditated, pre-calculated, and a lot of people are doing that, but I feel like a lot of people that's jumping on the limb are just hoping for the best. But I feel like everything he does is almost like a 2 or 3 year plan ahead of it.
Definitely, I definitely peep what you're saying, bro. One thing I did want to ask y'all boys for if you look at most of this EP, I wonder why he made the whole thing I don't want to say slow, but I feel like the whole EP has a certain vibe for a certain reason. Because right. If you listen to some of his other music don't really sound like this specific EP. So I was like, was this one of his breakthrough moments? Was this a take care moment for him? Even though he do R&B, that's his thing. But if we're being honest, he kind of rapping. So we calling it R&B or we just he raps singing, but I don't know. At some of the songs he rapping. You know what I mean? So.
Bro, it's probably more closer to, I think Q, you said earlier, trap soul. I feel like, or maybe I was you, Sean, I can't remember, but I feel like the similarities are more so there. It might not be as sentimental and introspective as maybe Tiller, but he's telling it from a street perspective. I think that's something that's admirable. So
yeah, I can say to answer your question, Sean. I mean, I feel like it's just a different sound. I feel like anybody that's doing this right now, melodic, rap or whatever you call it, it's pretty much gonna slide. I haven't heard a bad melodic rap song yet really. I can't think of one off the top of my head, so I was gonna say I don't know one. But I feel like this is almost gonna be, I can see this being a genre. I can see this being a Grammy genre in the future, in the near future, because so many people are doing it, so many people catch on to the wave, and I feel like he knows that this is a growing genre, so why not capitalize on it? Because there's not a whole lot of people that can do both. You only can really name a handful of people: Drake, Tiller, Rod Wave, I would even say. So I feel like he's tapping into an industry or a genre that a lot of people, I'm not saying they're scared to do it, but I feel like a lot of people can't do it.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. I'm about to say one thing that I also find interesting about bro is that's why earlier when I said, well, I'm not comparing him to Bryson Tiller. Let's stop it right there. But when I was trying to find somebody that I said that reminds me of him, That's why I was saying Tiller in the beginning. Because if we remember, Tiller was in the same boat. He was writing music for people, songwriting. You know what I'm saying? That was his thing. And then he just kind of did his own thing, took off. But Tiller still write music for people, but I don't know. I feel like he's low key in that same lane, but it's a different sound because it's coming from L.A. It's the West Coast. We ain't never really heard nobody like, I don't know, like it's kind of like the Tiller from Cali, basically. That's low key. You know what I'm saying? Not trying to make it sound like that, but that's the sound. That's where I feel like it's coming from.
Yeah. I can definitely understand, why you would say that. And I don't want to I want to talk about this eventually, but I guess we're gonna talk about it right now. I know you kind of said like he reminds you, like you can kind of compare him to Tiller. Well, you say you're not comparing them, but that's who you like think of when you think of Blast. I want to ask y'all, who do y'all think of locally that kind of remind you of Blast? Like think of somebody that we've already interacted with so far, that we listen to their music, pretty heavily, that we know, like, personally, I would say, that reminds you of Blast in South Carolina.
Sheesh. Well, sound like you talking about Mills, ain't it?
Hey, Shah, that's why you my that's why you my boy.
I mean, that's the only other person I can think of, but I don't know.
How do you feel about that though? Like, is that right to say? Like, can you see the similarities or what y'all thinking?
Yeah, I would say that he probably Blast, of course, is probably a little more singy, but I definitely feel like the vibe, the type of what they gotta say, absolutely, yeah. Especially the content is spot on. I definitely see what you're saying. The only other difference is that Mills is really just doing it over bars.
Yeah.
But he doing it over Blast beats.
Yeah, honestly.
No doubt.
Because I'm looking at it from a point of view like, Mills Davis, he writes his own songs, he produces his own songs, he does his own visuals too.
Definitely.
So in that kind of space, like, the talent, like I can definitely like kind of put them in the same boat as far as talent, but as far as like, what makes them different, and like they're different in a different way because they bring different stuff to the table. But okay, I just want to see y'all boys gonna pick up what I was putting down.
Definitely.
To go into the ratings, we want to, we already like about 30 minutes in and we ain't give a rating yet. I go first. I'll rate this album, if I had to say, I'll give it like a 9 out of 10. To be honest with you, I'll give it like a 9 out of 10. I don't think it's perfect, but it's damn near perfect. And the only reason I give it a 9 out of 10 because I don't think this is the ceiling. Like I always explained on the Broken Records before this and probably the one before that. I don't want to give it a 10 out of 10 because I'm expecting a 10 out of 10 for the future projects as well. So by giving this 9 out of 10, I'm saying that he's not there yet, but he's so close that if he makes another project like this and maybe has like a couple other songs that like are kind of similar to this but like are like different in their own way, I feel like he reached that perfect stage in my opinion.
Kind of with Q as far as the rating, I was gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I feel like what's one of the more underrated factors about this, and I think he even mentioned it in his song Pressure, like Blast don't have no bad songs. Like my thing is, and that's the only thing I think that might be holding him back is maybe that one song or one few songs, that can kind of start that trend where he gets in those conversations. But I think the potential's there. Blast can certainly take off and definitely be a threat within the music industry himself. But for this album, this project, and I think what's crazy, the mixtape that he kind of put a lot into, it's not bad at all. But I'm anxious to see what the next project is. So 9 out of 10 for me.
Solid. Yeah, Eric, I think you're referring to the verse when you said, I ain't heard one bad Blast song. Longevity gonna last long. I said, sheesh.
Come on. And he already knew that.
Like, come on now.
Knew it before we said it. Hey,
y'all boys tapped in, ain't it?
Definitely. Come on now. Hey, he said the street's dangerous. He said it don't matter because he stay dangerous either way. I said, sheesh.
Hey. What we always say, be safe.
I said, that man tapped in over on the West Coast, ain't it?
Nah, man, you gotta stay dangerous over there. Ain't no other choice.
Well, no cap. But nah, I'm gonna give it 2 ratings because I feel like, I'm gonna give it 2 ratings. All right. So for just the EP, whenever the EP drop, so not the deluxe, I'm gonna give that a 10 out of 10. I feel like.
Sheesh.
I feel like that at the end of the day, that EP it overperformed. It did. I don't want to say overperform because he probably put a lot into it, but when you drop an EP, you're not really expecting the EP to go so crazy. You know what I'm saying?
No, I can feel that.
Right.
He really got a lot of traction just off like just this EP. So with that being said, and with even with the songs I named, the songs Q named, and for some of the songs you named too, Eric, most of the songs that some of my favorite songs were from the EP. And me being realistic, I feel like I gotta give it a 10 out of 10. As far as the whole like the deluxe, it probably can go 8.5, 9 out of 10, like for the whole thing. So I'm not mad at 9 out of 10 for the whole thing. But if it was like, so for instance, if this was just like a 14 song mixtape, definitely a 9 out of 10. But I feel like when we actually got deluxe, we was just gonna get like, I don't know. But the songs that are on the deluxe, they're not bad. They're not bad songs. The whole thing is concise. The whole thing is complete. Maybe that's just me just being a fan, just want more and more. But I definitely like, so for the EP, A++, 10 out of 10. For the deluxe, I'll give it a 9 out of 10.
Just to tie back into what you just now said, as far as the EP being complete, I feel like it definitely was. I feel like there was nothing more for the story for him to add. I feel like what he threw in was probably some stuff that were fire, but he didn't want to carry him on to his next project, but he felt like we should hear him. But again, for the overall, I can't be mad at you for giving it a 10. Like, I can definitely understand.
Definitely.
We gave reasons behind it, so we got nothing to do but appreciate it. But that's an interesting take, though, Sean. I never thought about like separating the deluxe from like the actual album. And to be honest with you, I'm wishing that we did that for like the previous Broken Records, where live and learn. So I just know I might have to take that out of your book.
Definitely. I feel like we ain't gonna come across too, because you think about it, if we doing an EP for Broken Records anyway, obviously that EP was making some noise. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Maybe we just got to give the flowers where it's due.
I feel like we kind of broke down this album, his EP. I keep calling it the album, but I know he's looking like to drop his debut album sometime in 2021. So that's probably what's on my mind right now. But to kind of wrap up this EP, I kind of just want to like end off what I'm gonna say with something that he said in the interview. I think I was trying to figure out, because he always like wears a chain called Eagle, and I always wonder like why like he wears a chain called Eagle and it's spelled with a V. And the reason spelled with a V is because like how he like spells his name, Blast with an X, like to differentiate it. So if you look it up on YouTube or Google, it'll be the only thing that pops up. But the reason that he said he gravitated towards like the whole Eagle thing, and like why that means so much to him, is because there was his friends, like his like people that he was like doing music with, used to call him Eagle something. I can't remember the exact nickname they gave him, but he said that he kind of personified that, and like was trying to figure out like what about me, like what kind of animal that I compare it to. And he said that he did some research behind like an eagle, because you always wonder why his friends called him that. And he said the eagle is a highest flying bird, or like animal that flies, but it never flies in a flock, like always flies by himself. He was like, that kind of like sounds like me. Like I feel like I'm at this point right now, I'm like flying high, but I'm kind of doing it my own way. 'Cause he said he had like temptation, like sign with big labels, but he said he didn't know business that well to sign with a big label. So he said he didn't want to like sign up for something, pretty much sell his soul to it, and like be like confined to that during the whole time. So he said like he feel like he's flying high like an eagle, but he never flies in a flock. So I kind of feel like that was dope, to kind of draw that comparison, because I never knew that about the eagle. Like I'm not no eagle expert or nothing like that. So I didn't know that, but to kind of hear that comparison, and I'm now listening to Blast and like hearing his story and like listening to his music, I can definitely like say that he's not pulling out his ass. Like he's one of those people that you say, okay, I know why he said that, and it makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
I think this is probably the best spot to catch an artist in. That first project that really gets that traction is the one that kind of where they put their all into it. It's pretty diverse. I feel like Blast touched on a lot of different flows, and he showed that he can handle them all very well. And that back to that song that sounded like he had a little Travis Scott little ad lib there. Like he's got potential to really make songs with some of these big hit artists out here. So it's really up for him. I think it's really in the palm of his hands. I feel like he just is gonna have to surround himself with the right ears and plug himself into the right situations. But I see him being like one of the next stars.
Nah, for sure. I want to say one more thing. I also think that it's prevalent when you can see somebody like really working and where they at. Like being that this is an EP, being that he just up and coming. Like I feel like it says a lot of things when you can have features that he got on this project. Like Ty Dolla $ign, Dom Kennedy, like Beto. Matter of fact, yeah, Beto. I don't know how to say his last name, but that's the song he had with Brand New. He also had Derek Ali. I think that's his name. the Top Dog engineer.
Yeah.
He actually worked on this project with him. Like he said when he also said in the interview Q. I don't know if you saw this part of the interview or
Mhm.
one of his interviews about how J. Cole was in L.A. and he told Derek Ali, the Top Dog engineer, that he was trying to meet Blast, and he was like, "Yo, Cole here, and he wants to meet you."
Yeah.
And he was like, "He want to meet me?" Like
Yeah.
he said that was like his first like, all right, like people were paying attention to me. Like if Cole listening to this EP, then you done did something right.
Right. That's honestly, I mean, it makes a lot of sense why you fuck with him, because, you know, Cole, your favorite artist. So, I mean, it only right that you will fuck with Blast if Cole gonna fuck with Blast. So,
Bro, and it's so crazy. I didn't even know that. Like when I first started listening to bro, I was like, dang, that's full circle for real.
for real. Okay. Love how things work out like that, how everything falls in line. It's been good to talk about this Blast album. It's been long overdue, I feel like, but, you know, there's been so many other music that have been, you know, grabbing our attention and whatnot. So we appreciate y'all for listening to this Broken Records. If y'all have not yet, please go listen to this Blast album, No Love Lost, spelled BLXST. Go run that up. He's got a lot more coming up. If he has our silver proof, we did, like Sean said, we put in the effort to do a Broken Record, you know, for it. Like it's worth a listen. I'm just gonna say that. But it's your boy Marquise Q signing out.
All right, man. It's your boy Raider Rashawn. Y'all boys holding in the road. Like you said, if you haven't checked out the EP, go give that a spin. If you ain't listening to that, go check out our South Carolina playlist. I heard it's pretty fire. But other than that, y'all boys holding the road. Be safe.
And it's your boy Easy E. And if you want the full Blast experience, you know, we don't want to be humble about it. He really did his thing on the music video. So definitely make sure y'all check it out and show that some love too. Y'all already been plugged in. We gave you the Blast. We gave you the playlist. You already know what to go ahead and do with it. Go ahead and run it. Peace.